How is it going today? It is Friday, and a big hello to everybody who has joined us. I love seeing so many people here in the Zoom room. Hello, I see familiar faces. I see new faces. For everybody who has been joining us over the course of the last 5 days, big thank you. This really is, it's what fires me up. It's what I like to share. I like to do this no nonsense. This is what it is to actually build a business. All of these, there's a lot of myths out there. You get on social media for too long and you start seeing, oh, it should be easy to grow a business. Oh, this is meant to be. Of course, I am so good at what I do. Of course, I'm going to have this multi-million-dollar business. But the fact is, we don't want to get into a lot of wishful thinking, because wishful thinking without action every single day, action every single week, action every single month, that multi-million-dollar business will not come to fruition. You cannot hope and pray enough for that to actually work. And that's what we're covering in this workshop. Building a business, guys, it is not easy. If you think it is easy, if you don't think it requires self-discipline, if you don't think that it requires like some sacrifice, then you're not going to get to where you want to be. All of these things are required in order to generate leads, to create a sales system, and to actually ultimately enjoy the freedom that having a high quality lead source in social media and being able to scale your business will bring you. Out of everything that you struggle with in your business, out of every obstacle there's obstacles around every single corner in business, then one of the most critical obstacles, and this should repeat in your head for years to come every time you come up against this fact, which is you will always need leads. If you want to grow, if you want to sustain, if you want to scale, if you want to build a legacy business, if you want to do anything, the biggest problem you are going to have in business is leads. High quality, one true client leads, enough of those perfect people that you can show up in front of, that have your problem, that is willing to recognize you as the expert you are, pay you for that expertise, and get the results that you are promising. You have to know where to find these people. You have to know how to stir them up. You have to know how to get them that next step. Because as I've said, your prospects, they're like small little children, okay? You have to outline the next step. They're not going to seek you out. They're not going to throw you money. They're not going to be overly impressed with how many Instagram followers you have. They only care about themselves and how can this person help me, and do that in the most easy way possible. Hey, it's so great to see everybody on social media. A big hello to everybody on Instagram. Hello, Instagram, and LinkedIn and YouTube, as well as everybody in the Zoom room. I know we're backwards on Instagram. If you do want the board to not be backwards, then Emily will drop the Zoom room link in on Instagram so that you can get into the Zoom room and you can see this beautiful board right ways. Okay, so sales before the season. This was the promise that we made to you in this workshop. So listen up. There is not a better time to start driving high quality leads and getting sales than right now. That's right. 2 weeks before the election cycle here in the USA, you want to start now. If you want to wait till after the election, then you're going to wait till after Thanksgiving, and you're going to wait and you're going to wait. And I want you to break the cycle. One of the most important and most beneficial things that you can learn to do in your business is to break the cycle, break the chaos cycle, break the short-term thinking cycle, break the I think I know everything cycle, break the my ship is about to come in cycle. Okay, see what you're doing and proceed with intent. In order to have leads and a high quality lead source and sales before Christmas, you cannot wait. If you want them and you want them now, then time is to act. And yesterday we talked about one of the biggest things that you can do to act now. Now, the number one thing that you can do, hey everybody, it's so great to see you guys today. The number one thing that you can do is fill out an application to see what it might look like to work with myself and my team. Okay, know this, filling out that application does not mean I'm going to offer you anything to help you, because I don't know where you're at. I don't know what you struggle with, but I do know this, is that we're in the business of helping people get to that next step, just like I tell you to do on all of your trainings. Okay. So the next step, if you want a high quality lead source, you're ready to stop playing games with social media. You've heard how social media is really the place to find endless amounts of your one true client, your true next step to get sales before the season. That's right. I'm tapping my nails on the board this morning, is to fill out an application to see what it might be look like to work with us. Now, the first step is a sales surge strategy session. I don't bring anyone on into my done for you work or my done with you work or any of my programs unless you and I have a talk. It is one of the benefits of working with myself and my team. It is something we really pride ourselves in because we are high touch. When you work with us, we only accept people who will work with us that we know that we can help them succeed, that we know that they're in the right place, that they're willing to do what it takes. You should know by now, okay, in this workshop, I'm not for everyone. My straightforward, blunt approach is not for everyone. Of course, if you like things to be just a little bit softer and dealt to you just in a bit of a softer, less straightforward way, I understand, because the way that we get results in the agency and in all of our programs is it's straightforward. It is a blunt and direct nature. It is, hey, you want to get here? Well, we have a combined total of 30 years of experience, actually more than that, 20, 40, 50 years of experience, okay, on my main leadership team, that basically you can't give us anything we can't solve. And with that kind of knowledge, we can speak directly to you. We can give you the systems and the strategy and the mechanisms to get more sales now. But as I've said, building a business, not the easiest thing. Okay. And then they add 33% for more taxes. So it actually becomes 33% harder. And now AI is making it harder. And all of the competition is making it harder. And everybody is online trying to sell their stuff. It makes it harder. And so unless you're that kind of person that understands it's difficult, understands you're going to have to break the cycle of whatever it is that you're doing over here, being coachable and understanding, okay, that you're ready to do this work, that's what kind of team we are. And if that's you and you're sick of screwing around with all the strategies or trying to figure it out for yourself, or sitting around hoping and praying that that next TED Talk of yours is actually when your ship's going to come in, okay? It's time to take it seriously. Fact is, you're not going to figure this out yourself. It's taken me 5 days to describe to you the multiple things that you need to consider in order to actually drive sales and leads from social media. It took me 5 days to explain that to you. And here you are. You are not an expert in digital marketing and sales, and you're thinking you're going to guess your way into success on this. It's not the case. You won't be able to figure it out in a timely manner, but you need to find some help, whether that be me or somebody else. You won't be able to figure it out. But the good news is, hey, everybody, since you've joined me for these last 5 days, you know that I am offering a sales surge strategy session. Imagine 1 hour with me. Okay. It's 50 minutes with me. What kind of breakthrough that's going to give for you. Emily, drop that link. Now, let me plug in my microphone because it wouldn't be this amazing workshop unless we had a problem with our technology every single day. Emily, will you check me on Instagram as I get this plugged in and make sure that we're sounding like $1 million out there on Instagram? Okay. Let me know, Emily. If not, on Instagram. So Emily's going to drop the link there. She's going to drop the link. If you want sales before the holidays, trust me, you want to talk to me next week. Okay. I have a couple of openings even available today. Fill that out. Maybe those are gone. I don't really know. Fill it out so that you and I can talk, so I can help you get sales before the season. But even past that, we talked about this yesterday. If you want sales before the season, okay, determine who your one true client is. Determine what you're going to sell them. All of you probably already know this. And get your invite-only events set up on a weekly basis until, Thanksgiving, then take a week off and plan 2 more in December. And then reach out to me, okay, when you do it right, when you set up the invite-only event, like I explained yesterday, when you have a laser focus on your one true client and you're posting your vibe, experience, methodology, and skills on social media, and watch the sales roll in. Now, that's a lot of things to say. It's a nuanced approach, okay? I really recommend, if you're going to do that, you get on a sales surge strategy session with me. Emily dropped that link. Once those spots are gone, they are gone. I do a lot of speaking. I do a lot of traveling. We don't just open up spots like this. In fact, in order to get an hour of my time, you're looking at $950. And this is your chance to actually get on a one-on-one call with me. So sales before the season, get on that call with me. We'll plan out your next IO events. You and I together will determine your one true client and how you're going to hit this on social media and plan out these sales for you. That's right. I'm pounding on the board today. Now, when you work with us, okay, you get a mix of 2 different coaches. As I said, building an online business, it takes and having a multi-million-dollar business with the systems and the strategies that gives you more time, more money, more freedom, and more impact, you need a lot of skill sets. And we are incredibly different here at Lindsay Anderson Coaching. Of course, you get me. I love digital marketing and sales. I eat this stuff for breakfast. I've ran a digital marketing agency for 20 years. We run millions of dollars worth of paid ads. We know what we're doing. But also with me, okay, you've met Shauna and Emily. Shauna, who has worked with some of the biggest brands in the world. Her specialty is systems. Her specialty is outlining strategic systems to actually help you meet your goals. When you work with us, you get me on the marketing and sales side, you get Shauna on the operations side, and you get Emily, okay, who has worked with me for the past 10 years. She is one of the best digital marketers in the entire world. So you get all 3 of us, and really your success is our success on that. We are incredibly particular about who we let in the program, because in the programs, I have several programs, but we're fairly particular about it because we really just want you to succeed, and you have to be at a certain place in your life and your business in order to really work with us. But let us make that decision for you, okay? Fill out the sales surge strategy session application before those spots are gone, and you and I will get on a call. I can help you. So fill out that form and let's see if you are a good fit. Now, people reached out. Lindsay, what kind of programs and packages do you offer? What are we looking for here? And as I said, we have a lot of ways to help you. It really just depends on what you're looking to do. And so I have programs everywhere from $75K all the way down to a $2,500 program. And so again, fill out that sales surge strategy session. I can help you anywhere in here just so you have an idea of what kind of pricing and investment it will be in order for us to get our expertise on your business and to actually build out these sales systems that will give you the freedom. So you're no longer, where are my leads coming from? No longer being held back by a lack of high quality leads, because all the leads you need are on social media. So fill that out. Again, fight the resistance. I just told a client this morning. Okay. He said, Lindsay, I'm feeling, some sort of way about this situation. I don't want to address this particular situation. And my advice to him and you is, anytime I feel resistance in my business or I'm scared of something. Oh, that scares me. That thing right there. Okay. It used to be money before I cared for my own money issues. But that thing right there, it scares me. I don't want to address it. I don't want to look at it. I want to ignore it. And I don't want to, I feel like I should do it, but I don't want to. It's those things that are going to supercharge your success when it comes to building a very, very successful, life-changing legacy business. And if this call is something that you are resisting, I highly recommend you fight that, because it's a hack to getting more of what you want in life. It's all about breaking the patterns. If the pattern is I always hide from X thing, then I catch myself in that pattern and I immediately try to do the opposite so that I can get the opposite results. Say yes in the comments if that makes sense. Oh, it's so great to see you guys today. Okay, fill out that application. Now, today we are talking about profit-producing activities. There are certain things that you need to be focused on. As we said, there's so many things you can be focused on in your business. Most people end up kind of relaxing into those things they're most familiar with. And they remain so busy, doing Canva or writing emails or getting that next funnel set up or going to multiple speaking events or whatever the case may be, that they're not focusing on the right tasks. You got to break that pattern. So we're going to talk right now about profit producing activities, what you need to be focused on, okay, in order to grow this business. So if we go from the startup and growth stage to 250K in your business, we're going to do less than 250K because things change once you hit 250K, and we're going to go over that. But if you have not hit 250K in revenue in your business, here are the things that you need to be focused on. Hey, everybody, it's so great to see you. Okay. Number one, okay. The goal of your business when you're under 250K should be building recurring revenue so that every month you're not starting from scratch, because it sucks to start from scratch every single month. If you feel this, say yes in the comments, okay? Recurring revenue in business is how you sleep well at night. If you do not set your business up with recurring revenue, then Kate, you will eventually burn out because there won't be enough leads and sales to feed your business where you can continue to grow. You don't want to be chasing the course life. You don't want to have to sell something every day to pay the bills that are going out that day, okay? You need to come into the month to build that cushion, to fill the gap between your expenses and revenue. So you need to be spending all of your time, okay? This is all you need to be doing. Are you ready? Hopefully you guys can see this. Client work. Of course, you need to be working with your clients, preferably high-paying one-on-one kind of clients so that you're getting in the nitty-gritty there, that you're serving at a very high level, and you are charging enough that your work is getting that transformation, okay? Number two, content. And I'm not talking about writing a bunch of emails or writing things down. I'm talking about video. We'll be honest here. It's 2024. You have to be on video if you want it to work. So you need to be producing content. And then finally, sales. And so what does that mean? Well, it means sale. It means you need to be having conversations, as many conversations as possible. Conversations equal clients. And the way that we're going to do that is through black booking, which is touching base with the people on social media that are in our current sphere of influence and checking in with them and nurturing those relationships, and virtual networking. Now, anytime you work with us, we give you daily tasks on exactly who to virtual network with, exactly who to black book with, and how to get these conversations rolling. It's very simple on social media, okay? I mean, anytime I want to have 5 conversations or more in a week, all I have to do is tell my team, turn on the system. And all of a sudden, there's 5 high-quality conversations on my calendar that very week. That is what it needs to look like for you. And this is all you need to be doing this is where your focus is. If you want to get past 250K, client work, taking good care of those clients, getting really good testimonials, okay? Content so that people are seeing you, that you're relevant, they understand what you're about, and sales, okay? Conversations, black booking, and virtual networking. Do not leave this up to chance. This is how you get sales before the holidays. Now, there's issues that you're going to hit before, okay, when you're under 250. Watch for these because this is where people get stuck and why most businesses, what do they say? 95, I'm sure Shauna knows the exact stat on this. What, 90% of businesses don't make it past 5 years? The amount of businesses that fail, especially right now, it's very high. Okay, chances are you're going to start a business and you're not going to come out a multi-million-dollar business on the other side of it. Okay, you need help. Straight up, it is difficult and complicated. You need help. Stop thinking that you can figure it out because you're just a smart, charismatic person, because you won't. There's too many pieces. And I love you, and I'm saying that with the most love, okay? But you just won't figure it out. So I just have to tell you like it is. So the thing that's going to hit you when you're under, it's so nice to see you guys, under 250K, okay? Here are what you're going to run into. Number 1, and say yes in the comments if I'm saying your name on any of this, okay? Oh, perfectionism. Yep. I just only need to be represented in the best way possible. I can't send that video out. I'm overthinking it. Did you see my hair in that video? Did you see me say a couple of times? Perfectionism. I'm not going to let anybody else do this. I have to do this all on my own. This will sink you. And you have to understand when it comes to perfectionism, it is only in your own head. Okay? Nobody else cares as much as you think that they care. It's called the spotlight effect. You naturally think people care, but they do not. And isn't it crazy? Because we're on social media trying to get people's attention, and that's the number one complaint. But then all of a sudden, when you get that attention, right? Or when you are out there trying to get that attention, you're like, oh, I don't want anyone to look at me. I'm not perfect. You have to be okay with this, okay? You cannot be a perfectionist. This is iterative. This is trying things. This is putting stuff out there and learning and continually getting better. That is how you build a business. That is how you build a business. Okay. So perfectionism, focus, lack of focus. You're doing the funnels and you're doing the TED Talks and you're writing a best-selling book and you're doing a podcast and you're also networking and you're all over the freaking place. Okay. You need to focus. I just gave you the only 3 things you need to be focused on if you're serious about scaling your business right now. Okay. I'm just going to write tech. Oh, guys, come on with the tech. And I love tech. Okay. My background is I graduated from college with a computer science degree and a marketing degree together. And I will tell you, if you are under 250K, you do not need any tech. Okay, you can do all of this without complicated funnels or crazy email lists or landing pages. You can do it all with just social media and you. Lots of people hide behind the tech because they feel like it's going to do all the hard stuff for them. They feel like it's going to do the marketing for them, and it will not. Okay, anything you use tech for should be something you've proven without tech. And tech is only there to scale. Tech is only there to scale. Underprice. You're going to be underpricing your services. Most people do this. It's one more reason to get on a social media sales surge strategy session with me so I can share with you my 20 years of experience on what you need to be charging, because you probably are not charging enough. Okay? Scheduling. If you're finding yourself burnt out, okay, and you wake up and you are overwhelmed by your to-do lists and you are like, how can I possibly keep this up? This is not the life that I dreamed of when I started this business, okay? You have a problem with overloading your schedule, and you will never get out of the chaos unless you understand this and only focus on the profit-producing activities, okay? Next, self-care. Hopefully this isn't a surprise, okay, coming from me, but self-care is 911. If you do not feel well yourself, if you're not taking care of your relationships and your health, your business will suffer. You cannot only focus on one area of your life and the other ones are like okay and have this area exceed and these ones not succeed. Everything in your life has to be up leveled at the same time, or it'll start holding each other back. So take the time for self-care. Take the time to feel as good as you can, because if you, as the leader, is not feeling as good as you can, you will not be able to lead. You will not be able to do these difficult things. Great to see you guys. Okay. And then numbers. Oh, guys. Okay. Numbers. Yeah, that one gets a triple underline for you guys today. If you are not looking at the numbers, if you are not working backwards, and this means like if you're not looking at social media analytics to see what's working, of course we need to be doing that. If you are not saying, I need 10 clients by the end of the year, and they're all going to pay me $5,000. And so this is how many people I need to reach out to because I know the benchmarks in order to actually onboard 10 clients, then I need to reach out to 100 people. And that means I need to reach out to 10 a week. If you are not breaking down your numbers like that, you are guessing and hoping and praying your way to a successful business. Get to know numbers. Numbers is the only way that you need to, like that will allow you to not be so emotional about your business. And it's your emotionality about your business and making gut decisions and just going off this feeling that, yeah, I'm eventually going to make it, that's going to make it so you don't make it. So look at the numbers, stop with the emotional decisions in business. Hey, everybody, nice to see you. Okay. And then finally, mentorship. Okay. Have to. You will not figure this out on your own, period. You might get some sales. You might be able to have some high months, but you will not steadily have a successful business without mentorship, unless you are a business consultant yourself, because there are way too many nuances to running your business. So if you're struggling with these, make sure you fill out a sales surge strategy session. We can help you get out of your own way. You just don't know what you don't know because you don't have the perspective to even know what you don't know. So don't be crazy thinking that you know more than you do, because you don't have the experience. You're not smarter or different or better than anyone else. It's best summed up by this. You guys, I love reality TV. You probably know this. I was on reality TV. I love Big Brother. I love being on Netflix. And one reality TV show is Food Network. So they get the cooks on there and they do this all the time. The guy throws the spaghetti in when he only has 4 minutes left. And when interviewed, well, why did you know spaghetti takes 7 minutes to cook? Why did you throw it in at the 4 minute mark? And the guy's basically like, well, I thought I was special. I thought it would be fine. Don't make these assumptions about business. It's going to keep you small. Now let's talk about those who are scaling past a multi-six figure. I know we have several people in the room just like this, okay? So what you want to do is automating. This is where all the fancy funnels come into play. You email market. You can start putting in real systems and processes because you have a whole bunch of proven stuff, and now you can amplify. We do that in the business and in the agency. If you're at this spot, make sure you fill out a sales surge strategy session. Okay. You want to hire a team. Can't do this on your own. Got to figure out how to hire a right team. Know this. Okay. Not all bodies are created equal. In order to hire a team, you have to do this strategically, or it's going to put you behind the 8 ball. A bad hire is going to really slow you down and cripple you. It's going to be very difficult to come back from a incorrect hire. It's going to hurt. And so you want to hire in the right order. You want to hire the right person so that you can scale based on like what you're good at versus what they're good at. Got to do it. Okay. Change. You have to be able to adapt to change. Many of you are here and have brought up several times, okay, that things that used to work for your business to generate sales and leads is no longer working. That's because of AI. That's because of the competition. Get used to change. It's the only constant, okay? The only constant is change. So how do you, as a leader scaling to multi-six figures, adapt to change? If you're not comfortable with this, or you don't know how to do this, your competitors will overtake you. And then tech. Of course, you always want technology to help you. This is the kind of thing that you want to be focused on in order to scale, but only tech for the right things. Tech for the things that has actually worked for you in the past that you can scale. Okay. But regardless of that, guess what? You can do all of this, but still, when you are trying to scale to over 250K, you still have to work with clients, content, because you are the face of the business. You're the one who cares. You're the one who has the passion. Okay. And sales. You need to understand that regardless of wherever you're at in your business, you will always be a salesperson. So get used to it, love it, appreciate it, and know that is your job as a multi-six-figure or seven-figure business owner. So there you have it, 250K, over 250K. It sounds like this is really resonating with a lot of you. And I want to cover just briefly, when you work with us and you fill out that sales surge strategy session, we always go over 3 core components. This is useful for you to know, okay? Because you need to know this for yourself. This is what we cover on the sales surge strategy session. So foundations. We're going to cover who is your perfect client. What is your voice? How do you position, message, and niche yourself? If you don't have clear answers to this, you're leaving money on the table. And okay, if you are empowered to know those 3 things, you're going to be able to make sales before the season. Next, content. All of our clients, all of our programs cover content. How do you create content without it taking up your day? Where do we amplify? What is working? You need to make a well-oiled machine out of content. Content cannot be your part-time job. This thing cannot take you as long as it's taking you. You need a system and you need a strategy for producing content that will actually attract that high-quality client. And then finally, sales. Okay? Invite-only event and sales strategy. You need to know these 3 things in order to scale to a 7 multi-figure business. Now, when you work with us, again, applications are now open for that sales surge strategy session. We are not huge like some programs. As I've mentioned, we really like to pick the right people that will be a good fit for us. We're not interested in helping you if you're like not a great fit. So we will always be giving you the next best step. Okay. We don't ever expect you to sign your life away for 12 months. We get you results. Okay. When you first start working with us, that is what we want to do. And the team, as I mentioned, has a ton of experience. Again, you really want to be getting on that call with us to see what kind of impact we can have for you. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the 3 major shifts that you need to take right now that's going to catapult you from where you are to where you want to be. I see on Instagram, the video is flipped. If you want the Zoom recording, okay, you can come in the Zoom room where it's not, and Emily will get that for you. So there's 3 things that will catapult yourself to the next level. Okay, those are mindset things. So listen up. Number 1, I wrote about these in my best-selling book. Here we go. Embrace mistakes. You have got to learn how to love mistakes. You have to realize that they are not failures in this game because you will fail. You will struggle. You will try something and it will not work. And if you're going to give up, you will never make it to the next level. If you resist mistakes, you will miss the opportunity to learn and grow. The fact is, mistakes and failure is what you want to be eating every single day in your business because there is information in mistakes. And when you can back away from the sting that is failing and mistakes, then you can actually learn something and quickly implement something to get you to where you're going. Next, expectations for the future. I've talked a lot about this today, okay? Because you guys are big thinkers. But having big dreams and thinking that you're meant to be and are going to have this multi-figure, multi-million-dollar business, okay, is great. And I want you to have those expectations. But there is a big gap between being realistic and having these really gigantic expectations. You actually need to work backwards and have a plan. This is not about waiting for things to fall in place. It's about you taking action now to make things happen. This is essential. Stop with the big thinking and actually bring it back to numbers and how am I actually going to get there? And different. A lot of people will think that they're different. They think that their business is an exception. They think that you think your challenges are more complex or your industry is unique or that people don't understand the nuance of what it is to be you or what you're selling. And I've counseled hundreds of businesses, and it is the I think I'm different attitude that is going to keep you stuck, and it's going to make it very difficult for you to have continued success. So here are the 3 laws. Embrace your mistakes, okay? Come down out of the clouds thinking that things are just going to work out because you're a charismatic, awesome person, and stop thinking you're different. What I tell you in this workshop, it will work for you. It is the answer to scaling your business and finding real high-quality leads on social media that you can count on now, before the holidays, and into next year, okay? You'll have a system. Now, before I let you go today, I want to tell you a story. Several years ago, a mentor of mine told me the story. Many of you have probably already heard about this or watched the movie on it, but several years ago, there was a plane crash in the Andes Mountains, and there was 15 or 16 people on board. So tell me if you've heard this story. The plane crashed, and 10 or 11 people were still alive. And they were camping out in the fuselage, and they had a radio. And this radio, you could only hear the transmissions of what were coming in. You could not get any messages out. There wasn't any food. It was in the middle of the snow. And cover your ears if you have a delicate sensitivity, okay? They actually had to start eating bodies of people who didn't make it because they needed food. And one day, they heard a radio transmission that they couldn't be found because they were like tracking the search party, that they couldn't be found and that the search was canceled. So this means, and there's like really bright sun in my eye today, but this means that they were, if they stayed in that fuselage, then they would die, okay? Certain death. if they stayed there because they had no food, they had no water, and there was no search party. There was no hope. And two people, okay, they'd already been 2 weeks without food. They hear this, and two people decided, hey, I'm going to fight. And I'm going to go walk in the snow to go and try to save myself. Two people out of the 10 people that were still alive. Now, here's the thing, okay? Two people walked, I believe it was for 9 days, they walked the Andes Mountains in the snow, okay? And they walked west. And all they saw when they walked west was they saw more mountains. And they said to each other, we're going to walk until we die. After 9 days, they ended up walking a full 36 miles before they found a farmer, and that's how everybody on the plane got rescued. Now, here's the crazy part of the story, and why I share this with you on the workshop today, is they went west. This was their best guess. They decided to go west. 9 days later, 36 miles later, they finally found what they were looking for. But the crazy thing was, if these individuals would have went east, there was a road 1 mile away if they would have went east instead of west. And so why do I share that with you today? Because do you think that they wish they would have had a guide that had traveled that journey before? What would have happened if they would have been able to take the right action with somebody who had a greater view, a more perspective on what they were going through, and could have actually guided them the right way? Business is serious. I know business is a huge passion for me. I'm very serious about it. And I'm sure you are too. Many of you, this business is life and death for you. Like, you want this to work. This is your calling. This is all you want to do. Going and working a corporate job or whatever you were doing before now seems like death to you. Like, that seems like a real slow and painful way to die, right? And so the point is, okay, you can continue struggling in your business. You can continue thinking, I'm going to figure this out, or I'll get around to social media later, or I'll do all this later. But the fact is, when you couple up with somebody who has a broader range of experience, like myself, I can get you to that road so much faster without all of the tears and all of the heartache and all of the pain and all of the lessons that you are going to have to learn in order to make this happen for yourself. The story is profound. It is why I do what I do, okay? And the fact is, myself and my team, we have done this. We know how to generate leads. We've got it down to a system. We've done it for 20 years. It's all tested out. We've outlined it for you on this 5-day workshop. You get your leads from social, you host an IO event, okay? And you do a sales call. But you have to understand the nuances here. And now is the time to take action, okay? Things are always going to be crazy. There's always going to be a reason why you're going to put this off. And the answer is to break the pattern. Stop putting it off. Stop thinking next year's going to be different and the year that everything's going to change. Next year when I have my TED Talk, or I'm on Netflix, or I've written my best-selling book, or I've finally been on that #1 podcast, or whatever you think is finally going to be the thing that makes you the next Tony Robbins or Simon Sinek, it won't, because you don't have a plan, you don't have a strategy, and you don't even know what to do with half of that stuff to make it high quality for you and part of your business that will actually generate more sales and leads. So there you go. Okay. Applications are now available. If you want to just take that next step with us, I recommend getting on this call. We don't offer this a lot. I don't have a lot of time, but fill out the application. I would love to talk with you on a sales surge strategy session. Now, fill that out. Emily dropped those links. We are going to be live tomorrow. We're going to be live the next 4 days. Monday, we got some bonus sessions coming up at the same time on social in the Zoom room, okay? Actually, not in the Zoom room. You're going to have to catch me on social on the weekend. So Saturday and Sunday, We got some bonus sessions coming hot at you. You don't want to miss these. And then we're back here Monday and Tuesday for some more bonus sessions next week. Do not miss out on these. Fill out that application. I would love to chat with you on this call. Thank you for joining me. Have a really great weekend ahead. And I'm going to turn this back over to my super fabulous team.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Lindsay.